Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. With Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico, and this is Spencer Schrader to get things rolling. And off we go from Ford Field. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. At their own 29-yard line. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever. Set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Second and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got the hook up there on the comeback route. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. A gain there of 20. Good for a Lions first down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks. Allow your team to get settled in. Don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
Inside the 30-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 9. He'll drop to throw. He'll swing this out to Patterson. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On on third down. They'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Extra point attempt to come here. His kick is good. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead.
Lions 7, Chiefs 7. Harrison Beavis to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing it.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And he is out of bounds. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 14. And a first down, Chiefs.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
A handoff. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the Lions have come up with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Second and
couldn't have dreamed up a better start. 2 drives, 2 long touchdowns. But then across the field, they've got to answer some hard questions. They've got to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong defensively, because if there's one thing in the NFL, you cannot give up big plays, and you especially can't give up big plays for touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. He'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Try to start on the ground. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
And they've got it. Going to pick up the first down there. Right around midfield.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know, because he's able to pick up the first down anyway.
And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
We are through 1. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They've got it looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Back to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Chiefs 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That touchdown number 30 of the year. One shy of LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 31 touchdowns set back in 2006. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Oh, the ball's out. And fortunately, it looked like a Chief was able to fall on it. So I guess Kansas City will retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, and when the quarterback decides to turn it to a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Gibbs. With good blocking leading the way. He's got the first down inside the 25.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up and thrown down for a loss.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Straight ahead with Gibbs. That's a good game there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
So you find yourself in 2nd and long. What you're thinking here as the play caller is just get this into a manageable 3rd down situation. But after that rush attempt and that big gain, they now find themselves in 3rd and short, which makes it nice. They can run or pass.
Now a 3rd and 2. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down. And he's in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Harrison Beavis to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Markham at the 48-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. First down, KC.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
This is caught 2. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down. The Lions call their first timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back. And he will drive his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Schrader now on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs are able to cut into the deficit.
Chiefs 14.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give them 6 on that one.
At the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down, they need 3.
Wide, get wide.
That's caught by Gibbs. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
And Detroit's going to use their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard
Now whistles.
line.
Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. The Lions going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This one will be from 37 yards out. He'll bang that one through. It's good. So we reached the intermission. It was been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment.
Harrison Beavis to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And again, it's their inability to prevent negative plays. It's a big reason, Mike, why they find themselves trailing in this game. First play of the series, they already put themselves in a massive hole.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third and long.
So the 2 components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a yard. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They'll run it to the right here with Gibbs. Finding space at the 15. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. They'll stick with him again. He's taken down but just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Chiefs first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
a 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. And he will get into the end zone. Brashard Smith. Touchdown, KC. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. The decision is made. The offense will stay out there
The
and
Chiefs
go for
will
2.
set up for the 2-point conversion.
Out to his right. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
Chiefs 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
2nd and 6 at the 39-yard
Ball
line.
on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Gain of 28 yards.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Throwing now from the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Gibbs. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a first down.
Gain of 9 yards.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
He'll drop to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. And his 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Harrison Davis to kick off.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll begin this on the ground with Smith. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. Now they'll set up to throw.
McCullough's pass Complete to Brashard Smith. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Gives to Smith on the zone read.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Once again, it's Smith. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another.
Here's 1st and 10.
Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Aiden Hutchinson getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Shotgun snap, and they'll run it with Smith. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On 3rd down, here's Smith.
At the 5-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. That's hauled in at the 2, and they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he is upended. Boy, awkward-looking tackle. They take him down behind the line on that one.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits, what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Backed up to the 3, it's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Smith. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
On 3rd and goal, they go with Smith. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
In the end zone and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
A run here with Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. That's right side and brought in by Williams. That's number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
And the Lions, 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll throw out of the gun. That one out wide to Gibbs. Yeah. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off. But not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
So, a pair of 1st downs moves them out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Now whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Lions. They're able to finish the season in style as they get the victory here in the finale in Week 18. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico.